Good morning, everyone. Very good morning, very good afternoon to all of you, and welcome to yet another session, yet another interesting session with Meeta Surti. And I'll go to the topic for today. Before that, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Meeta Surti, and I have been catering to more than 20,000 students for GATE, ASC, and other public service commissions. I'm a certified coach for IELTS by the British Council, and I train, guide, motivate, and counsel students for GATE. 12 plus years of teaching experience and 4 plus years with students of GATE. My subjects taken are English, yes, so that's my domain, and aptitude, that is what I do. So let us move on to the topics for today. Now today I am going to do another topic which is going to be very interesting. I'm going to do prepositions and interjections with all of you. Yes, we are going to do prepositions and interjections today. So be with me. Before we go on to our session for today, let me make an important announcement for all of you. Unacademy is going to come with, yes, Unacademy is going to come up with new batches. We are launching new batches for electrical and EC, which is going to happen on the 21st of December. And we are going to come with mechanical and CE. Yes, we are going to come with mechanical and CE, which is going to be on the 28th of December. So do remember both these dates and get ready for GATE 22 and 23 with Unacademy. Okay, let's move on to our courses. Okay, we are offering Plus and we are offering Iconic. Yes, besides this, we have a lot of test series for all of you. The practice test series that comes up one by one, prepared by the best educators of India. So let us talk about Plus first. What do we have in Plus? We have live classes, crash courses, weekly tests, doubt solving, yes, very important doubt solving sessions, English and Hindi. We are using languages for English and Hindi, and rank booster sessions. We are going to have rank booster sessions, which is actually going to help you in increasing your rank, getting better scores, putting up better ranks for the GATE. And what does Iconic have? Now Iconic has more than its extra. Okay, Iconic has a bit of extra, I will say a much more of extra than the Plus. What does Iconic have? You'll be having personal coach, yes, for one-to-one guidance and making preparation strategies. You're going to have a personal coach. You will have customized study plans with your planner. You're going to have essential guidelines and very regular workshops with booster sessions, in-depth analysis of test and section question types with personalized test analysis and preparatory study material, which is what I always keep telling about. Preparatory study material, that is, you don't have to waste your time in preparing for the material. We have educators over here who are going to give you preparatory study material and special notes, practice sets with which you can do your practice very easily. Now, our subscription rates are as follows. You can go for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, I guess. And the higher the time you take, I think you're getting more benefits with the rates. So we are going to have over here, we are going to have 12 months for 27 to 25. We are going to have 18 months for 34,650 and 24 months for 39,600. These are the rates for Plus. Okay, these are the rates for Plus. And don't forget something very important. You are going to add my code. This is my referral code, Meeta S10. And what do you get by adding my referral code? You get a 10% discount. Yes, you are going to get a 10% discount over all these rates. Fine. So do add my code. Moving on to the iconic. Okay, that was subscription for plus. This is subscription for iconic. Now iconic batches are going to be for 12 months and for 24 months. So for 12 months you're going to pay only 45,225, and for 24 months, yes, it's going to be a whole 2 years for you and practice with our topmost educators in India, which is what you're going to pay only 66,600. And don't forget my referral code. My referral code is Meeta S10. So do put in my referral code whenever you are going to join the courses for Unacademy. Now, how do you get on Unacademy? First of all, what do? You just download Unacademy. You're going to download Unacademy and go to unacademy.com. Follow me at Meeta Surti. Yes, you're going to follow me at Meeta Surti. And yes, somebody is asking me, Sahil, yes, we are going to have previous year questions, which we do every day. We every day have previous year's questions. And again, when I do my special classes also, I'm going to take up lots of previous year's questions. Yes, so do attend the special classes as well. Now, if you want to go for the Telegram, you can go on the Telegram, and I'm telling you, we have lots of students. Yes, lots of students have joined Telegram. So do get on Telegram with our URL code is Unacademy Gate CS, and you will get notifications. You will get lot of test series. You are going to get lot of study material. Plus you are going to be with lot of students just like you, and going to get guidance from the topmost educators of India. Now when I say the topmost educators of India, let us see. Yes, that's a complete package to crack your GATE and ESE. Look at the educators that we have. All our educators are rankers. Yes, we have Satish Yadav sir, Pankaj sir, and we have Khalil sir, Malesham sir, Vishwadeep sir, and Arun Kumar sir, with lots of things to offer to all of you. Next we move on to our plus batches. Okay, our plus batches, these are our special batches taken by the topmost educators. Yes, we have these topmost educators here who are all taking the plus batches in our channel. This is my channel, Computer Science. Yes, we are going to have doubt clearing batches. Yes, we are having doubt clearing batches. We have Aspire Gate, and we have rank booster sessions. This is something really very important and something very good for all of you, rank booster sessions. Okay, so now moving on to our session for today. First of all, I want to just give you a quick recap of what I have been doing, right, in my lecture 1. Well, all those who have attended my lectures will be definitely knowing about everything, but somebody who has just come here today, let me tell you, in my lecture 1, I had started with explaining about GATE and general aptitude, its weightage, and especially how to prepare. That's something very important, how to prepare. And then I had shown verbal aptitude. What is verbal aptitude? Important things about verbal aptitude. And the 4 most important question types. What are the question types that keep coming? So for that, I always keep on doing the previous year's questions all the time, and not only doing the questions but relating them to what is necessary to be studied, so that you know what you have to practice to get the answers, the correct answers, the correct approach for answering all the questions. Now after that, what I did was I did a session with important previously asked questions. Yes, everything over here is quite important. So previously asked questions, there was a session that was my lecture 2, I guess. Yes, you can refer to the previous lectures and see. And after that, I have started with basics of grammar. Basics of grammar. As I have always said, basics of something are very important. Unless and until you clear your basics, you cannot move on with the difficult and the more difficult things that keep coming. So we have started with our basics of grammar. So my previous lectures, I have done words, I have done sentences, I have explained noun, pronoun, I have done verb, adverb, adjectives and conjunctions. And yes, I have done types of all these. Sorry, I have done types of these as well. Plus I have done small exercises which always tell you how to solve these. And again, let me remind you, my special batch is going to be at 4 p.m. today and every day. It's going to be today and every day. And in my special batch, we will be doing extra practice. We are going to have quiz. We are going to have one-to-one interaction. Yes, one-to-one interaction with educators is very, very important. One-to-one interaction can give you answers to all your personal questions, your difficulties. So one-to-one interaction is really very good. So please get on started with the 4 p.m. batch, all of you. Yes, now let us move on to the topic of today. As I said, we have already done noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjectives, conjunctions. We are moving on to this very important topic today, prepositions. Now, why am I saying prepositions are very important? Because whatever we say, whatever we do, whatever we show in our sentences, in our speaking, yes, whatever we show in our sentences and in whatever we speak, what do? We are going to show a relation. What is the relation? If I am going to say about myself, if I want to tell you, I am sitting over here. Okay, I am sitting on the chair. I have a pen in my hand. So how does one show relationships of a noun and a pronoun with other word in a sentence? Some other words. So what have we done? We have already understood what is noun and we have understood what is a pronoun. And other words, what do I mean by other words? Other words like adjectives, other words like adverbs, other words like verbs. So these all are a part of our sentence. Yes, all these words together make a sentence. And of course, we are going to add a lot of articles. And that, let me remind you, the session for tomorrow. Yes, the session for tomorrow is going to be articles, which is very, very important because all your sentences, at least most of your sentences, are going to have a and the. Yes, very important. How to place them, and where to place them. This where is very important. Where do I put my where do I put my and, where do I put my the? Yes, so these are important things that we are going to do tomorrow. And coming back to our session of today, we are going to talk about prepositions. So what does the word prepositions indicate? What does the word pre? Yes, when I did words, I told you about something like prefix. Of those who remember, I spoke about prefix, I spoke about suffix, yes, types of words and root words. So now pre is something that is added before. Pre, okay, the word pre indicated something that is added before. Preposition, what is position? Yes, if I say that you are going to be at the 4th position, so that is an indication of your status, where you are going to stand, where you are going to be. So this is the preposition of the words before a noun or a pronoun or some other words in a sentence. Now the word preposition means placing before. Yes, placing before something. So a preposition is placed before a noun or a pronoun. Is everything very clear till here? Yes, everyone? I'm trying to make everything as simple as I can. And your chat section, yes, of course, I pay attention to the chat section and I keep answering as much as possible. So so far, I think everything should be clear to all of you. Next, moving to my next slide. Now, Everything done is understood better when you have a lot of examples to understand that. सही है. एग्जाम्पल्स अगर साथ साथ में होंगे तो एग्जाम्पल में से हम समझ सकते हैं जो हमने सीखा है वो कैसे ढूंढना है या कैसे उसको समझना है अच्छी तरह से. सो लेट आस मूव ऑन टू द एग्जाम्पल्स. द अदर वर्ड कैन बी अ नाउन, इट कैन बी अ वर्ब और इट कैन बी एन एडजेक्टिव. सो लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड. Who brought that painting on the wall? तो सबसे पहले हमें क्या करना है? What are we going to do first of all? Because we are learning prepositions today. Yes, what are we trying to understand? Everything about prepositions. Since we are doing prepositions today, first of all we need to point out the prepositions in all these sentences. Yes, so how are we going to point out the prepositions? Yes, chat section is on. I am looking at the chat section every now and then. I want answers from all of you. If you can, yes, please answer and make the session lively, make it interactive. Yes, let us understand this first sentence. Who brought that painting on the wall? Okay, now first of all let me see, is anyone over here who's going to give me the answer to which word is the preposition in this sentence? Yes, in the example 1. In the example 1, which word is the preposition over here? Yes, now let me tell you. Okay, so the word on is the preposition over here. Yes, the word on is the preposition in my second sentence. Anyone who is going to tell me what is the preposition in the second sentence? Yes, anyone? Okay. So I'm going to give you the answer for the second example. Somebody is knocking at the door. Yes, very good Kaushal, very good Tina. Yes, excellent. Both your answers are correct. The answer for the second one says at. Yes, at is the preposition in the second one. Yes, you can go on with your answers. Yes, you can go on with your answers and type what is the preposition for the third one. Yes, what is the answer for the third one? Before I tell you the answer, let's see if anyone can come up with the answer. Tina, welcome again to my session. And yes, as I've already told, I know if you have missed, we have a special class at 4 p.m. I will be glad to see you all at the 4 p.m. session. Yes, Tina, exactly, with. Yes, with is our answer for the third one. And now moving on to our final one. This is with over here. Yes, moving on to the final one. These people voted against me. Anyone over here? What is the preposition in the fourth one? Yes, our fourth example that we have. What is a preposition in the fourth one? Yes, after this we are going to do very important is how and how many types of prepositions we have. I have tried to cover a lot of prepositions and I have tried to show exactly how to place them in sentences and how to find out how to place them. Yes, the last one, the example 4. Yes, excellent Tina. Against, yes, against is the last preposition over here. So yes, we have understood all the prepositions on all 4 and let's move on to the next slide. Yes, now let us understand this very well. In my first sentence, the preposition in my first sentence was on. Okay, so now what did this preposition on stand for? The prepositions on in my second sentence was at, with and then against. So here we have at, the third one was with and the last one was against. Fine. So now let us understand the word noun and the painting. So what was it trying to establish? The relationship between the noun that is wall and the painting again another wall. Where was it? It was on. The painting was on the wall. Okay, so that's the relationship. The door and the knocking. Where was one knocking? Or at the door. So that was at was trying to show the relationship between these two. Now who was angry? Chetan. Yes, Chetan was angry with. Okay, so who was Chetan angry with? The teacher. Yes, so the teacher. So what is the relationship between these two? He was angry with who? The teacher. With and against me and voted. Here again there is the relationship shown with against. Now this is how we understand. Now after this, what we are going to do is going to be very interesting. So stay here with me and see how the prepositions act in different kinds of situations. Different people different prepositions show different relationships. For example, now this is very interesting. See the examples over here. When I want to say something about something, when I say under the tree, over the tree, behind the tree, near the tree. Now we often make mistakes in showing the relationship that under the tree, behind, near. How do we show this relationship? Sometimes we are writing sentences and we get confused, and sometimes instead of writing under, we write behind, near, or something like that. We make a simple mistake. So now today we are going to understand exactly how this word can be placed in a correct manner, right? So far whatever I have done today, I hope it is very clear with all of you. Yes, all of you present over here, is it very clear with all of you? Yes, please. Everything very clear with all of you. Now, let's move on to the next slide, that is how to show the relationship and what words. Before that, yes, one small thing that I need to tell you. The noun or pronoun before which a preposition is placed is called the object. Tina, excellent. Yes, very good. Okay, now, what is the object? Now, when I said those sentences, I have two small phrases over here, in the park and from me. So now over here, my prepositions are in and what is the other one? From. These in and from are my prepositions. And what am I talking about? The park and me. So what is the relationship to the park and me? It shows a relation to these two. So now in this case, the park and me, what are they? Objects. These are called the objects over here. So this is a very small thing that I wanted to just explain before moving on to what I said is very interesting today. Let us see this over here. Now, some words may be used as a preposition or an adverb. Now it will depend on the sentence. So what you have to do? First of all, you have to understand the sentence. Yes, you have to very well understand the sentence to see in what context, yes, in what context is the word given. That is very important to understand. So I have two examples over here, example 1, example 2, to make you understand how and in what context is this used over here. The balloon went up. My sentence ends over here, sorry. My sentence ends over here, up. The balloon. Now what is the balloon? Now balloon is my noun over here and up is my preposition. Went over here, went. Where did it go? It went up. So this is an adjective. Where did it go? Up, went up. And here, so in this case, this becomes an adjective. Whereas in my second sentence, the ant crawled up the wall. Where did the ant? Now this is showing the relation between the ant crawled and the wall. So where did the ant crawl? Relationship between there, where? Up the wall. So up over here is my preposition. So this is what is necessary to understand in what context is it being used over here. Now, if a word is used as a preposition, it must be, yes, it must be placed before a noun or a pronoun. Now, as I keep telling every day that grammar has a lot of rules, yes, but always has exceptions. Okay. So now when I say that this must over here, so that makes it a rule. And then when I come up with something else where there is some exception, okay, this can be this way and it can be this way, so that becomes my exception. Okay, so now so far I have tried to make you understand about prepositions. Now we are going to move on to all the important prepositions that we have been using in our conversations, in our daily life, in whatever we speak. We have a lot of prepositions every day to establish the relationship, to show where it is, what it is about. Okay, so now we are going to move on to that. And yes, before telling going on to the next thing, I would like to say that if you like the session, please share it, share these sessions, share our codes, share information about the sessions, share everything about Unacademy. Yes, because Unacademy is the most prestigious and the best online teaching platforms. I will say it is the best online teaching platforms. So do tell your friends about it and let more and more friends join you for all the sessions over here. Like my session. Okay, excuse me for a minute please. Fine. Now pick out the prepositions and their object. Yes, now that we have done a little bit of understanding, we always need to put in a little bit of exercise after everything that we have done, so that we know how far has this gone into our heads. So now over here I have a small exercise for you, for which I am not going to wait for very long, but yes, I'm going to give you a half a minute to pick out the prepositions quickly and tell me what are their objects. Yes, so all of you over here, all of you present over here, let's see who is going to pick out the prepositions and their objects. Of course, I'm going to do it quickly. I'm just going to give half a second for someone who wants to do this. Show these reports to the doctor. Now tell me what is the preposition over here. I want to see what is the preposition over here, and then to is a preposition and doctor and reports are objectives. Excellent. Yes, to is my preposition and doctor and reports are excellent. Somebody has already given me the perfect answer. Yes, Tina. Don't lean against the wall. Now, what is it? Against the wall. What is my preposition and where is my object? What is my object over here? Yes, chalo, let me help you out with the object. Wall is going to be my object over here. And what is going to be my preposition? Yes, my preposition over here. Moving on to the third one. I'm going to wait for just half a second to get your answer, and then moving on to the last one. Yes, against. Excellent. Against is going to be preposition over here. And for my last one, the train stops at. What is the relationship between the train and the stations? Yes, at the stations. Okay. So now this is what I told you about how to establish relationships between the words noun and pronoun with the prepositions. Excellent. Now say whether the underlined words are used as adverbs or prepositions. Now here we have some adverbs and we have prepositions. I have underlined. Yes, I have underlined all these words over here. These all words are underlined, and this is again a small brain teaser for all of you. So quickly start giving me the answers to this. Which word is used as an adverb and which one is used as a preposition? Okay, so now you are going to give me the answer. What is a word? He went along the path. Yes, the first one shows a preposition. Near the window. Sit near the window. Okay, so this again is a preposition. All the members have gone out. Where have they gone? They have gone out. So the underlined verb. Yes, Gone where? They have gone out, yes. And the last one, I have seen this film before. I have seen this film before. Okay. So now, yes, Tina says the third one has out, gone out. Gone where? They have gone out. So great. Along with this, we are doing a little bit of brain teasers all the time. So that's a great thing that we are doing along with this. And so you are getting a kind of revision for all of you. Excellent. Now, what is the correct use of preposition? This is what I kept telling from when that we are going to do the correct use. This is very, very important, because how we make our sentences, using them correctly, is very important. After this, I'm going to have a lot of prepositions, very simple prepositions, very prepositions or words, we can call them, in our day-to-day life when we use them and we use them wrongly. Yes, very often we use them wrongly. So we are going to understand how to use them correctly today. Since prepositions denote relationships, we must know correctly the relationships suggested by various prepositions. Okay, so we are going to understand the relationship suggested by various prepositions, and let's move on to our first example. What is our first example? At, in. Now tell me, at and in, these are very simple words which we keep using all the time in many of our sentences every day to show something like at and in. Now what does at suggest? It suggests a point in space. Which space? At. I'm going, let me make you understand. Are you going at the library, to the library? Sorry, his parents live at Kashmir. My next destination for my touring is going to be at Mumbai. Okay, so now what do we say? Suggestion of point in space, and in specific region. Okay, in where? Exactly in that place. So what are the two examples that I have over here? His parents live at Kashmir, and this museum is in France. So this is how I show the relationship between his parents and Kashmir, and the museum and France. Yes, so this is how we show the relationship between these two. Now, so what were we talking about? At and in as prepositions of place. Which place? How do we talk about that? And yes, let me tell you that I'm going to solve all the doubts, the individual doubts, that is going to be in the special lecture. So be there at 4 p.m. and in the special lectures, all your doubt solving individually is going to be done. Let us move on to the next thing. At, in, and on. Now at can be used for the region, the space, and again it can be used for the time as well. So here it can be used for time as well. Now prepositions of time, we can suggest time by all these things in a different manner. So at suggests a point in time, in suggest, oh sorry, this is a period, and on is used with days and dates. So try to remember this. You need to memorize a few things. Yes, everything cannot be done when you open up and when you see something, but yes, few things need to be memorized. When I say special rules, yes, you need to memorize the rules. Okay, so you have to memorize the rules. And for days and dates, whenever we are going to use days and dates, what we have to use? We are going to use on. Yes, it has to be on. Okay, it has to be on. It has to be on for days and dates. And at is also used. At has lots of placements. At can be used for festivals. When I talk about a festival, I am going to say at. Okay. Now again, as I always have examples for everything, here are the examples for this. The first show starts at 7:30. As I said, for time, yes, what time? At 7:30. Okay, sometimes we say on 7:30. Do you remember, any of you, when we say the first show starts on 7:30? On is a wrong thing to speak. So if anyone is doing that, from today we are going to change our manner of speaking. And what are we going to do? Speak correctly. What is the correct word? At. So whenever we are going to talk about time, we are going to say at. Yes, the first show starts at 7:30. Now let me tell you something, since I'm talking about shows. Yes, how many of you have been able to watch movies after COVID? It's been almost near to 9 months that we have not been able to go to any shows. Yes, the theaters have started after the a little bit of lockdown uh, has gone off, but yes, after the theaters have opened up, we have rarely been going to see the movies. So now this first show reminds me of movies. Yes, I'm a fan of movies. Now at 7:30, which has not been possible for lots of us since 9 months. Yes, we are all waiting for this situation to go away. But one great thing that has happened in the COVID situation, yes, one good thing that has happened in the COVID situation. Yes, I will not praise the COVID situation, yes, because many of us has suffered very badly. Many of us have lost our near and dear ones. But yes, platforms like Unacademy has brought education. Yes, we have brought education online. And being online, we are here, we are all of us over here on the platform from so many different parts of India, which is something really very good for all of us. And here we are all from lot of different parts of India, our educators and our students, and we are all over here on one platform, that is Unacademy, which is joining all of us. And here we are able to continue with our education. Yes, our precious education. We did not have to compromise with our education, and we are continuously doing our practice every day with so many educators. Our practice has not gone for a toss. Yes, so now moving on to the first sentence that I was talking about. The first show starts. So now whenever you talk about time, be specific and say at. Yes, for all the festivals, he came home at Diwali. So at Diwali we are going to use, we wear casuals in summer. Yes, we are going to wear casuals in summer. And the last weekly prayers are held on Monday. When we talk about dates, we are going to talk about dates on Monday, on Saturday, on Friday. Yes, and dates on the 31st, on the 1st, on the 1st of this month. Yes, on the 1st of this month. When I said on the 21st of this month, we are going to come with special batches. Yes, so that is where we used on for days and dates. Okay, so now I think it's very clear with all of you where we are going to use our days, our dates for festivals. Let's move on to my next slide. Yes, now in and into. In as preposition, okay, in as preposition of place, and into as preposition of direction. Now, very simple, but yet complicating at times. It looks very simple, but complicating, because most of us use, there is a lot of complication. Most of us used in and into in a wrong manner at times. Now, I have examples to make you understand this. Preet is swimming in the pond. Okay, when that person is swimming in the pond, That means he is swimming. That means what? He is on the surface. Yes. He is swimming in the pond. He is on the surface. And now when I say he jumped into the pond. Now what does this into say? He has gone inside, under the water. He has gone under the water. And so it indicates into. He has gone into the pond. Now, very simple sentences and very much clear. I think this is going to be and very easy to understand. So, I hope everyone present over here has understood this, how we are going to use our in and how we are going to use into. Fine. So, now let us move on to the next slide. Yet another interesting thing, by and, which relates to the agent, and with, which relates to the instrument. Remember this, very simple rules, very basic things. If we will remember these small simple things, grammar is going to be fun. Yes, grammar is not going to be because all I have always noticed people saying grammar is very complicated. It is going to be not complicated, but by understanding the simple rules. Yes, when you understand the simple rules, and not only understand, when I say memorize, yes, you need to memorize a few things and relate them properly, and then what does it become? It becomes fun. Yes, grammar becomes fun. Excuse me for this, my art is not so good. I think I haven't made a great flower over here. Let me make another attempt. Yes, now this comes out nice. Grammar is going to be fun for all of you. And when I'm going to do in my special sessions, when I'm going to do for a lot of exercises, and when I'm going to come up with quiz for all of you to answer, it's really going to be fun to be together and study together. Now, moving on to our topic again. The vegetables were cut by Hema with a knife. So, now, cut by who? Who is the agent over here? Who is the agent over here? Hema. Cut by Hema. And with what? What is the instrument? The knife is my instrument over here. So what is it cut with? With a knife. Yes. So this makes it very simple. I have tried to put in examples for everything to make things very simple for all of you. So with example, you are very well trying to understand. And yes, I think you have already understood what I'm trying to show. So what is it? By Hema with a knife. That's the instrument. And that's our agent. Now moving on to one more interesting. I hope everything is being followed by everyone so far, whatever I'm trying to make you understand. And again, this will be again done in the special lectures with your doubt solving. It will happen in my special lectures with your doubt solving at 4 p.m. today and every day. Yes, now one more interesting, between, among, and let us understand how. Between and among. All those visiting my lectures, please don't forget to like the lecture if you have really liked being here. Being between and among. Okay, now between. What is between used? Between is normally spoken. Yes, we speak between. It's spoken for two things. And among is for more than two. More than two. More than two. It could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5, it could be 10, and so on. Okay, so now the first example that I have over here is for between. Between is my preposition. My clip. So what am I talking about? My hair clip. Yes, my clip is lying between the two boxes. There are two boxes and my clip is lying between the two boxes. That's what I'm trying to say. And the second sentence over here, my preposition is, what's my preposition? Over here it's among. So that's my preposition. The girl was standing among the trees. Where was she standing? Among. Okay. So these are the two types over here, between and among. So I have explained how to use these over here. My clip is lying between the two boxes and the girl was standing among the trees. Moving on to the next slide. Okay. On, over, under, above and below as prepositions of position. Okay. What are we going to talk about? Position. In which position are they? Are they on something? Are they over something? Under, above or below? All these words. We are going to use all these words and try to understand the meaning of each of them first. So when we talk about on, yes, on, what do we say on? It's something touching the surface. It's on the surface. When I say it's on the table, on the table. So what is it? It's going to touch the surface of the table. When I say above, okay, when I say above, it's at a higher level. It's above that. It's at a higher level. When I say below, at a lower level. When I say under, when I say under, is something being covered by it. Okay, it is under, it is covered by something, so it is under that. Okay, and yes, I just missed out that over here. So when I say it's over, it's above, it's over the, it's something being covered and it's on top of that. So that is how we do. And when we are going to do sentences, we are having examples for this. It's going to make it more simpler. Examples are going to make it more simpler. Okay, now here are the examples for over, under, on. Okay, my books are on the table. That's my preposition explaining on. She held an umbrella over her head. So what was she holding? An umbrella. Held becomes holding. So she was holding an umbrella over her head. It is cool under the tree. Now, yes, plant more trees. That's our one thing that we all need to do. Plant more trees. Help our ecosystem. Plant more trees. And then when you want to sit under the tree and enjoy the cool breeze. Okay, so it is cool under the tree. It's very cool under the tree. His head is above the water. Yes, this example goes well understood when we are talking about swimming. When someone is swimming, his head is above the water. When you are doing a particular type of swimming, say you're doing free stroke, you're doing breaststroke, or you're doing butterfly, in one of the styles, what do? You put your head above the water. So when we have our head outside the water, what do we say? It's above the water. His body is below the water. Okay, here again, if we take the example of swimming, this will be better understood. His body is below the water. So the head is above the water and the body is below the water. Okay, so now we have all these examples over here done for you. And after the examples, now we are going to move on to our next slide for today. I hope everyone is having a great time with me over here. Okay, now this is very, very, very important. Beside and besides. Now putting a small s, adding a small s. A tiny small s changes the entire meaning of the word. And let me tell you, after this we are going to have one more session which is going to be very important, because I am going to do confusing words. Words often confusing, and when you are confused with the words, what do? You misuse them. When you get confused, you misuse them. So that is something very important from your gate point of view, because you have lot of previously year question answers which are going to have confusing words, because they are going to confuse you with spellings, with plurals, with singulars, with the type. So I'm going to do a lot of practice question answers, don't worry. But we are also going to have one more session which is going to deal with misused and confusing words. Let me just give you one example, one small example of one or two words. Than. I think these are very often confused and used in wrong places by lots and lots of students. Than and then, there and there. So these type of words are very confusing, and then because we get confused, we misuse them. So that's going to be one of the sessions where I'm going to do. So keep watching, keep looking out for what sessions are going to come next, and follow me, download Unacademy and follow me. Okay, now beside and besides, let me first tell you the meaning of both of these. Beside is by the side. When I say come sit beside me, when I call somebody and when I tell the person to sit beside me, or when I say that I was traveling in the bus today and a small boy or a handsome boy was beside me. So what does that beside mean? He was sitting next to me. And when I say besides, what am I doing? I'm saying besides means apart from this. Apart from this. So when I say that I am going to do all the parts of speech which are going to come to an end, yes, parts of speech are coming to an end today with the 7th and the 8th. We have already done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Anyone who has missed can look into the previous sessions on YouTube and find out. So now today when I was talking about parts of speech, apart from parts of speech, I am going to do a lot other things. Besides this, I am going to do lot more things. What am I going to do? I'm going to do indirect, active, passive. I'm going to do determiners. I'm going to do confusing words. I'm going to deal with articles. So that is how I'm going to say. Besides this, apart from this, I'm going to do lots of things. Now, examples. Let's see the examples quickly. I sat beside the old lady. Yes, as I told you, I sat beside a handsome boy in the bus. Or I can say I sat beside my mom in the temple. Okay, now I sat beside. Beside means by the side. Or yet another thing, I sat next to. Okay, and now besides this, apart from this, everything else was fine. So leaving this one thing, besides means what? Apart from this, or leaving this. Okay, so leaving this one thing, everything was fine. Somebody might say that leaving this one session, apart from that, everything was fine. Yes, please don't do that like all my sessions. Okay, so now let me move on to the next one. Let us get over with this and let us move to my next one. That is an exercise. Yes, an exercise is a must every time. So let us do a quick exercise, and before that let me show you once again what were they. So when you get a recap of all these things, it's going to be very easy for you to solve the exercise quickly and understand what I was talking about. So the first word that I spoke about was at and in. at, in, and on, how they are used, in and into, how one has to differentiate whether we are going to use in or whether we are going to use into, by and with, between and among, on, over, under, above, and below, and last one, beside and besides. Now, here I am with a small exercise, and I'm going to give not more time, just about half a second. Am I going to wait for all those over here and quickly start writing answers? So, I'm going to read the sentence first of all to you. All the papers were signed. Now, what am I going to put over here? By or with? Yes, by the pen or with the pen. It's going to be confusing. And yes, you have to try to understand these things and all your doubts, all the solutions. Yes, exactly. Welcome. I cannot read the name. It's MNUSMA. Okay. Welcome. And yes, the correct answer is with. That was quick enough. Oh, sorry. What am I doing? I'm putting it in the wrong place. Yes, here, that's with. Why am I putting with over here? Because the reason, it's very important to know the reason, because what is a pen? That's my instrument. Yes, so as I explained, what goes with the instrument? With. Now moving on to the second one. The ship sank dash the surface, below or under. Okay, where? Below or under. As I explained, what is it when it's the surface? What do we say? Below the surface or under the surface? Yes, exactly. I have the answer from SMA. Yes, SMA, it's below. Perfectly said, it's below. Third one, my clothes were lying in the cupboard or into the cupboard. Yes, the answer is in the cupboard. Sorry. Someone is real quick and very good at answering. Yes, Arjun Nikhil. Nikhil, welcome to my class. Arjun Nikhil Tinu, welcome to my class. And yes, SMA, the third answer was in. Okay. Now, we are going to move on to something which is very nice, interesting, and some prepositions are always used with certain words. Now, when I speak of some prepositions, along with that, one more word comes along. It's just like, what can I say? It's a situation like, if I may go for some words. Okay, let's do this. As all of you keep eating pizzas, all of you eat pizzas. So what is BOGO? What somebody is going to tell me what is BOGO? I did not know about this BOGOs until say a few months. And then I asked someone what is BOGO. So I got to know that it's a slang for buy one get one. And so I can say for this same over here, it may imply that some prepositions are always used with certain words, so they come free with the word. Yes, so I can say there are no specific rules. Yes, there are no rules as to why this happens. There are no specific rules, but one needs to just keep in mind. You just need to keep in mind these simple things. And yes, whenever we speak of this word, the other word automatically comes along with that. Let us understand what words are there. I have words over here. I have just put a list of 15 words. Okay, let me tell you, I have put, okay, let us change our pen color. Is it being very boring using one pen all the time? Let's use the color. Okay, now here is a list of 15, but there are a lot more. There are a lot more set of words. I think we have almost around 80. Around about is the same. We have about 80 or we have around 80. Now let me tell you this. Accused of. Whenever I speak accused of immediately comes behind that. You can try using them in sentences and see whether I'm correct or no. Yes. So these are some examples. These are the words: accused of, accused at, annoyed with, arrived at, ashamed of, act upon, I'm proud of, I quarreled with, I quarreled on can also be, sympathize with, I totally sympathize with, it's good of you to be here with me, I am really fond of all of you. And now this something is very interesting. Let us understand this called on and called at. Now, when I say called on, what do I mean by called on? Call on, call. What does that call indicate? Indicates mobile. Yes, I called on, I rang, I called up somebody. So, what we say? Called on. I called on you twice yesterday. Yes, I can say I called on you twice yesterday. Okay, and called at. Now, when do we use called at? When I say that for a person's place or a house, when I say I called at my friend's house. So that is where we use called at. Now, care of. I take care of and belonged to. This belonged to. Okay. So now this is just a few examples, and I have a list of 15 words over here, whereas we have more than 80 more examples. You can quickly go through all these examples. They may be available on Google. Yes, and you can check upon those and yes, try to use them, try to understand, try to use these, and then you will become thorough with all these words. Now, again we come up with a small exercise over here. We are going to fill in. What was the last exercise that we did? The last one was to find out. And now what are we going to do over here? We are going to fill in. Yes, we are going to fill in the prepositions. Fine. Yes, now you can start filling in the prepositions and coming up with your answers. Yes, you can come up with your answers very quickly with this one. I am not going to wait for a lot of time. I am fond music, but I have no taste dancing. Yes, exactly. SMA, perfect. I am fond of music, but I have no taste. Yes, am I going to get the answer for this? I am fond of music, but I have no taste for dancing. Okay, moving on to the next one. You may not care. You may not care what I say, but you must take care your parents, right? So what is the correct answer for this? You may not care. It can be of what I say. You may not care about what I say, but you must take care of your parents. A large number. This is something very simple because I think we have been seeing this in the news very often. Yes, as one of the things that I explained, how to get on to vocabulary, how to get into the correct approach of learning English with lot more vocabulary and words. So what do we say? A large number. Yes, I have an answer over here. A large number of people. Yes, may I have an answer. Of people died of COVID. Yes, he personally called. Now this is what I explained when I said called something and called something to visit the place, and so now this is going to be implied over here. He personally called. What do we put over here? Personally called on all his friends. So he called on all his friends and visited them dinner. Okay, mom was angry. Now mom becomes angry. Yes, in the COVID period, in the COVID situation, everyone is at home, and yes, almost all of them don't wake up early in the morning. So that is one thing mom gets up angry about, but yet we all feel that's not a fault of mine. Yes, so what is the sentence going to be? Mom was angry with me, but because I feel that it wasn't a fault of mine, so what is saying? For no fault of mine. Okay, so that's how we solve this, and in our special sessions we are going to do lot many exercises and solve lot many things. And now that we have finished one section, we are going to move on to this another one, which is interjections. Now interjections is something very small and very easy to understand. As I say, that interjection, exclamation, and interrogation are all my favorites. Okay, I have always said that these are my favorites. Why? Because for interrogative it's very easy. Just look for the question mark. Okay, just look for the question. And for this one, what am I going to look for? An exclamation mark. Yes, I am going to look for an exclamation mark for this one. So this one is absolutely easy. Let us do quickly this one. An interjection is a word which expresses some sudden feeling. What I mean by sudden feeling is when I do something exhibiting some kind of feeling, but yes, something very sudden. Like if I say, if I meet a friend after a very long time, example, these are all my examples. If I meet somebody after a long time, what do I say? Hello, so glad to see you. Yes, so this is an exclamation. But whenever you're talking about exclamation, it is very, very necessary that you show it, especially when you talk. You need to show the exclamation. So this is when I give lectures about personality development. Yes, I do give lectures on personality development, and that's a part of this. The interjection is a part of this, because how to make your speaking effective. Yes, how to do effective speaking. Yes, along with your practice of grammar, I am again going to come up with lots of sessions for your overall personality development. Yes, I am going to come up with overall personality development sessions. So watch out for those sessions, which is really, really going to help you in what? It's going to help you in public speaking, effective speaking. Yes, effective speaking, which is very, very important. Where is it going to help you? First thing, it's going to help you in your interview. Yes, it is going to help you in your interview. How you give the answer, how you present yourself, how you talk, how you walk. Very important perspectives. So now let's move on to what I was telling you. Interjection. When I say that when you are going to talk, make it effective speaking. How are you going to make it effective? When I say, when I read the sentences like, hello, so glad to see you. How does it look? No, there is no anxiousness, no anxiety that I'm showing in saying this. So how am I going to say the sentence? Hello, how good to see you, so glad to see you. That's how I speak, and so it becomes effective. Now another word, bravo. Okay, when do we say bravo? We say bravo when someone has done something real good. Yes, real good. Now when you are going to give your gauge, and when you are going to hold a rank, yes, when you are going to have a great rank, then what is going to happen? What is going to happen? We are going to say bravo. What a shot! You have done great. Huh? What a result! Alas, the great leader is no more. Now, what is this? We are showing some side of grief over here. This is not something good. So, this is a grief. So, when we are going to talk about alas, we are not going to be very excited about it, but we are going to show a certain kind of grief. Now, when we show grief, we are going to mellow down. What is it? Mellow down. Why am I going to use so many words in all my sessions? That is what I said. We are going to use all these words so that we have different words, because we are going to look for lots of synonyms and antonyms, which is very important part from GATE. These are like most questions which are asked are based on synonyms and antonyms. So I have to mellow down when I am talking about alas, which is something about grief. Yes, so the great leader is no more. That's a grief, alas. Okay, now as I already explained you a few over here, we have a list of these. These are some common interjections and their meanings. Yes, these are some common of them. Hurrah! When I say hurrah, then it means joy. I'm happy about something. Yes, happy. I'm cheerful. Grief. Now, when do I say grief? I am sad about this. Yes, I'm depressed about something. And hello is a greeting. I think this is the most common, because all of us know when we greet someone, we say hello. And yes, now what do we say? Hi. Yes, that's what we say. Hi. Ah, okay. Ah again could be grief. And of course, ah can be used not only for grief, but I can also say, ah, so you are not going to do this. Okay, so that can be used in both ways. Now moving on to oh. Now oh can be used again in two ways. It can be for sadness as well as when I'm wondering about this. Now when I say, oh, I'm so sorry. You could not do this. Oh, I'm so sorry. I could not bring this for you. And when we say about wonder, then how am I going to use it? Oh, I doubt whether this is going into your head. Oh, I doubt whether you're going to finish this in time. So that is how I'm going to use oh. Now, hush. When I say hush, right now in online I don't have to say hush, but yes, when it's a classroom, this is a word mostly used by teachers. And what do they say? Hush. So just say, stay quiet, all of you now. Okay. And then the next is what. Now, again, what I can use for, yes, Devaraj, very welcome to the class. Oh, sit. Yes, we can say, oh, sit down. Yes. And for what? Now, I'm going to use what in two ways again. Surprise, and I'm going to use for anger. Right? If I'm surprised, what am I going to say? What a beautiful presentation. Or what am I going to say? What a beautiful birthday cake. Okay. But when I'm angry, what am I going to use this as? What am I going to use this? What nonsense. Yes, when I'm angry, I'm going to say, what nonsense. What are you talking? So that's a different way of using the words. That's a different way you speak this. Your how do you show your expressions is very important. Expressive speaking, very important. Bravo. But I want to appreciate you. Yes, bravo for doing this. So that's appreciation, which I've already explained in the previous sentence. Okay, now I have a blank slide out here. What am I going to do? I am going to put up two questions very quickly. The previously asked questions, which I always keep saying, the previously asked question in GATE 2019, and the question 1 and question 2 I'm going to put up very quickly, and I want you to think about the answers. The passengers were angry. That's the blank. the airline staff. Yes, Shamida, very welcome to the class. Thank you for telling me your name. Shamida, welcome to the class. Passengers were angry dash the airline staff about the what? About something wrong that they have done? About the delay. Okay, let's say they delayed the flight. So they were very angry about this. Now, what are your options? A, B, C, and D. What are my options? On, about, with, and towards. Now, tell me what is the correct answer. Okay, Shamida already says it's at. Okay, let us try for something. The passengers were angry at the airline staff about the delay. Is it? Okay, any more answers? Yes, yes, it's going to be with. Yes, that's the correct answer. They were angry with the airline staff about the delay. So this is a previously asked question. So now you know why I was doing prepositions with you, so that you know how to answer these questions. Now moving on to another slide, and we have one more interesting question here for you, which was again asked in the previous year. Very simple, very small question. So this is again one more previously asked question relating to the topic of today, that was prepositions. The question says, the boat arrived dawn. Okay, and now my options are A, B, C, and D, as it is always given. It's going to be in, it's going to be at, it's going to be on, and the last one is going to be under. Now, quickly go through these things and give me the answer. For this, I'm going to wait for just about a few seconds, and I want the answer. Let's see how well all of you have understood all the things that have been taught by me today. The boat arrived at, oh sorry, I was just about to give the answer. The boat arrived dash dawn. Yes, what is going to be answer to this question of mine? Anyone who's going to give me an answer? Yes, the boat arrived. Meaning of dawn. Okay, the meaning of dawn is when we say arising, the dawn. Yes, sunset, dawn. Okay. Shamida, I want to see you today at 4 p.m. I'm going to solve all the doubts in the 4 p.m. sessions and the special classes that we have. We will definitely be doing a lot more exercises. It's dawn and dusk. Yes, it's dawn and dusk. Okay, so yes, in, perfect. Boat arrived in, no, it cannot be in. The boat arrived, see, this is a time, this is a specific time. It's going to be dawn, so early morning. So what will we say about this? It arrived at dawn. I'm not going to do a lot more in detail, but yes, I am going to explain as I have explained everything. Yes, at dawn. Excellent, Tina. Yes, nice to have you here. So it's going to be, it arrived at dawn. Now that we have done with our exercises, let me remind all of you again that I'm going to be there at 4 p.m. with my special lecture at Unacademy. So all of you are going to download Unacademy and look for at Meeta Surti and be here with me from 4 to solve all your doubts, all your personal questions. In case you need guidance, you need any kind of counseling, you need any kind of motivation, I'm always going to be there for you. So let me see all of you. Yes, and before we finish with the session of today, it's India's #1 channel. Yes, I'm talking about Unacademy. I'm talking about Unacademy, the biggest platform. And yes, we have 10 channels over here. We have 10 channels. The Creatics, we have SSC we have MEPIXC, we have GATE-C, we have GATE Telugu, Electrical Junction, Pathshala, and questions. And yes, my very own channel, Computer Science. Yes, join Computer Science, join my channel. We have a lot more top educators over here, great rankers, and though all those present over here are going to help you crack your gate. Crack your gate with us. Crack your gate with computer science. And yes, again, let me tell you, not only for this, but you are also going to be here for personality development and spoken English. Yes, we are going to also have sessions for spoken English over here. And if you like the sessions, please like, please subscribe, and be here every day at 12 p.m. 12 p.m. I'm going to be here with all of you. We are going to come up with direct, indirect, active, passive, and yes, many more things. And again, subscribe to the channel and be here with everyone. And it's great enjoying fun with all of you over here. Let me see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. today. Yes, 4 p.m. today I'm going to be for the special lectures with all of you. And thank you for being here with me. And with this, we are going to end the session for today. Okay, so it was very nice being with all of you.